night, good evening, guys, or whichever side of the world it is for you. Good morning. So welcome to pre-market analysis with DC Trading and Company. So we're just gonna look at the same pairs: GJ, GU, Gold, GA, and EN. We like the volatility in all these pairs, hence we trade it, and we get some pretty clean moves on all of these. So let's just start off with GJ since it's like the most requested breakdown. And that is okay. GJ. So we go all the way from the monthly candle. So as seen, we've been on in a bullish trend since November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 candles have been bullish, and of course this one candle was bearish, but right now we've broken above this candle, so we're still continuing to make higher highs and higher lows. So that's always a good sign. Alright, so yeah, so now since we're making higher highs and higher lows, we're coming up to this level right over here. That's a resistance, that's a previous resistance back in January, February 2018. So we want to find out what in this region was it rejecting. I would say I would mark a level in there to find out. So that would be 155, 300. Of course we want to find out what's going on, so in order for us to do that we have to go down to the lower time frame. As of May is concerned, I would say I just wouldn't want price to come down. If price starts breaking the low, this would be a rejection wick to the upside, and we could really fly back down or fall back down, I mean. So going to the weekly time frame, right? We want to see the weekly. Yeah, it is a resistance on the weekly, but of course we got this weekly resistance before that. So if we mark that, that would be 500. So you see the level we've come in. Of course this weekly we've closed above that, so we've kind of broken that resistance. It'd be different if that candle just came and closed back down below this level, so that would completely change everything. So I would say we could readjust it to about 450. Yeah, we're approaching 450, where if we look at it, I'm just going to delete the previous mark. On the weekly time frame, this is a rejection zone where we have come into this zone and faked out one time, right? Thus forming a support. We've come down to retest this support and continue back up. So this would be the range for it, right? So that would be 407. I'd say an easy 800. Or right now it's 600 also works. Let's see, we have to go down the time frames to really understand that. All we know is we're coming back into this zone, this 450 zone. So when we go down to the daily, so now this is where it gets kind of tricky. So we're gonna first have our daily target over here. That's our rejection zone. If you look at this zone, so beautifully lines up, right, what we marked at 450. So just to bring that a little tighter, I think I'm gonna bring that to 200. 450, we'll take that as 600. 700. Alright, so we're up over here. We have this support right over there, which turned into a fake out zone, which right now price is possibly coming up to this region. So if we are to market, it would be right over here. So I would say 200, 158, 200. That so nicely rolls up with our psychological price levels. So when we look at that, this should be 162 flat. So those are the different psychological levels, right? So we want to see in this region what did it do. So we got a rejection over here at 160, 150, 156, 150.
One sec, dude. Mom's calling.
Yeah. Oh, 660. And you mark your zones over there on the daily time frame, going down to the 4 hourly. Yep, that is the level. So in order to make that a little more clear, so price is down here. So 400 would be a level, and here about 800 would be a level. Yeah, 800, 155, 900. Alright, so we got this resistance over here, which price did fake out one time and go beyond. Of course, the safer buys are above this level, and that would be right there, 1537. $154, 400. So when we go back, $150, 400. Alright, so 150, 400. So we're looking at pushing from 150, 400, probably slightly further up. Yeah. Judging, have we touched 150, 400 before that? Before where price is currently at? No. So 150, 400 would be a feasible resistance at the moment. And we're looking to come up first to 155, probably 400, or 155, 300. Let's target 155, 300 first. 155, 300. Okay, 155, 300. And the next target would be 156, 300. 400 should be good too. 156, 400. So you see this? Why are we targeting these zones? There's a minor resistance here. There's a resistance right over here. There's a resistance right over here. So what you want to do, we want to catch these clean candles, right? So that's what we're targeting. That's why we want to target these zones in order to get what we want. Okay, so now we've kind of got our targets on the 4 hourly, where it could even one of our rejection zones could even be 155 flat, since it's a psychological level. But that's what we'll keep in mind. First we're placing our targets on the past, and then we will go to the present now. Yeah, we have some crazy targets for this week. Okay, so right now coming to the daily. Let's come to the daily. Alright, so the daily we closed as a bullish candle. So market could break up above this, which would be really interesting. Um, so we're seeing a support being formed over here, down over here at 600. When we go to the 4 hour, it'll be a little more clearer for us. So yeah, around 620. I think last week it was the same analysis. The support remained the same. All it did was retest it. So if y'all look at it, we could have taken some solid risky buys up around 60 pips, but it's fine. It is. Anyway, so 620. I like to mark my zones. 620. So that's 600 and 640. Yep. And then we have our resistance up here. So we want firstly to break these daily highs. Basically it'll be the previous daily high, and then we want to start breaking up above this weekly high, right? So let's see. Okay, the daily high probably won't make much of a difference. We'd probably still want to see a candle close above this area. And so when I look up here, so there is a resistance up here at around 240. So when I 240, yeah. And so when we go slightly up the time frames, 3 hour solid resistance, the 240 level. I think we can increase it to 250 also, but I like how it's accommodating every single thing. We had a minor fake out on the 2 hour, on the on a previous daily high. So yeah, 250, 270. 270 also works. So what we'd actually just want to see is closures above these highs, right? We want to see these highs broken in order to continue up. And so let's just go to even lower time frames. Yeah, I think if we have hourly closes above this level, or 2 hourly closures above these levels, it would be much easier to continue up. $260 and wait, let's just see how it works on the 1 hour. That's good. Yeah, 260 or so could work, but I think 250 would be better. Alright, so 250 is our level of rejection. You see, price was able to close above it once or twice and then rejected that level pretty hard. Go to the 2 hourly, we've rejected this level number of times, and yeah. So then we go to the 30-minute time frame. This is where we're going to start doing serious analysis. So yeah, let's go right here. So we want to find our support. At around 130, going back to the so yep, there you go. That's our support. We want to see closures below this level. Anything closing below this level would make us real happy. And so if it does close below that level, we have an a first TP, you can say, first take profits up there. I would actually say it should be down here. Around 960. I would choose that as my target. There's a minor thing over there, but I would expect it to continue to retest this level in order to continue up. That's if it's going to continue up, right? Because what's the daily? Yeah, price could come down here, retest, and continue up. That would be really good. But if price comes all the way down over here, that would be dangerous, because if it breaks the low, we'd expect it to continue falling, right? But what we could notice from here is the high. We made a slightly lower high. We'd be expecting to make a lower low if we want to continue down. If we reject this area and continue back up, it should be really peaceful. So the possibilities, okay, so firstly is this and this, right? Or it's this all the way down here to then go back up, or we're looking at it or we're looking at it like probably like reject something like that and come back down, but we're looking at that downturn. So what we need to see is actually, you know, many times GJ, what it does is just opens super bullish and starts breaking highs. So whether you like it or not, you should be ready for these situations, you know. These resistances get broken really easy on a Monday on GJ, because it opens with such high volatility. So yeah, so that's what we're probably looking for. We're looking to see how these high risk yeah, so basically Monday morning is pretty high risk trading, so let's see how it goes. So we haven't broken overall bullish momentum, so it looks pretty good for now, you know, like we're just following this trend, so we could probably like range and bounce off somewhere over here and then continue. That would be ideal. Yeah, so that is basically GJ, and if we start breaking the lows, we can start targeting these levels, because then we would start expecting to come down, and according to the Fora, yeah, we could start targeting these lows to come down. So yeah, right there. Alright, so that's GJ analysis. It's going to be a very interesting week. Always remember, you're looking for closures below these key zones, key important areas. That's the only way you get trade confirmations to enter, you know, or to re-enter a trade. So alright, so that is basically GJ for it. I'm really looking to take a lot of trades this week, because I'm excited for the week to begin. Although I have my exams this week too. Let's see how it goes. So GU, we're approaching this level of resistance. You could say at 142,200, which would be interesting on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame also, we're coming into that region, you know. Maybe 142,500 looks better. So what has GU done? On the weekly time frame, we broke above this level, so by all means we should continue up, right? That's our weekly high. We'd be looking to target this area. So what we'd want to see, so we've already come up there, right? The daily time frame, we've created a resistance at 500, 141, 500. 4 hourly resistance, yes. Yep, it is a 4 hourly resistance, and yep, it is a very key zone. It's an important zone right now. So as you can see, we closed bullish above this, right? So what happened was began to break the zone. So you could have taken your trades from here all the way up here. So about 30 pips you had to take. So if I were to do like a post-market breakdown and see what I missed, I would see this 1 hour closing like that would have been the perfect entry, probably on a little smaller lot, but that would have probably been the perfect entry to continue up. Yeah, that looked real solid. That looked neat. Even in the 2 hour, in the way it closed was awesome. So yeah. Anyway, so that's interesting. So this is what I would suggest for GU, right? Because firstly, it's Monday morning. You don't want to overtrade or over risk. So GU, what I would say is, first play GU safe. Although we have really good clean ranges, we're looking to target these ranges. So what we're seeing is a resistance, right? And this resistance is right at the support that was created previously. So now we want to see what is that level that we're rejecting. 80. Okay. Alright, so what I would say is I'm targeting this clean traffic to go up right there. 500. I would say my first target would be around 300 to first get like 10 pips up. So yeah, so I would first take my 10 pips and then leave the runners to run. If it does, well and good. If it doesn't, it's fine. So what I'd be looking for is 1 hour candle closures above this level. So candle closures above this level to take it up, and purely we're taking it off the 1 hour time frame because that's where we see the clean traffic. Don't take it if a 30-minute closes above and the 1 hour still open, because the 1 hour could very well wick back down and reject that level. So when we look at it right here, we close above here and we could go right up there to retest these highs, considering that we've done it again and again right here to retest these highs. Or what we could do is literally just reject that level, yeah, and then just come down, whether it be that and that, you know, we always have to come down. So GU is also looking like that, and if we do break this level, we are going right all the way up. Alright, so if we start breaking above this, our first targets will be here. That's around 40 pips on the half an hour time frame. DP2 would probably go up here, and so yeah, first what you want to target is a retest of the previous high, 40. So totally we have around 130 pips out there for grabs. And just remember, if we start rejecting hard, we got 40 pips down to the downside, we got another 45 down to there, and after it, it's just endless, you know. It depends on how far can you push. So when we look at it, the 1 hour has this kind of bullish pattern, right, and momentum. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking to take clean trades, you know, clean and easy trades. That's what I always tell everyone I mentor also. clean and easy. You want to put yourself in good situations, right? So
Yo, I'm back.
240 is the reason. What's up? So we look at 180, 1.40, 180 as a key level, and it's a support that has been respected as seen in the past by GU. So you'd expect to retest this level if we were to come back down and in rejection of the previous zone. So, and if we break this level, I would say, we would probably come down to we need to go to a higher time frame to find a target area, so yeah, probably somewhere here if we break this area, about maybe another 30 pips down here. And if we break that area, no telling where price is gonna go. It could come all the way back down here. So when we look at it, GU, you wanna just follow price action. Price action, if it breaks, everything I said, if it breaks and goes up, well and good. You could probably take it off the retest also over here. Everywhere price should give you entries, if it breaks this level, then you'd probably want to take it down here and back down to this level of rejection, which was the resistance, but could be a break and a retest on a higher time frame, right? So that's basically GU analysis. You want to make sure, like I'm saying, you want to have candle closures. You don't want to take premature trades, because that could wreck you. And so gold would be really interesting this week. This week we were already breaking the weekly highs. We were coming up to this region of weekly highs, so I'll tell you what, gold, I'm just gonna trade it live for you all. I don't want, because gold is such a volatile and interesting pair that I don't want to risk it by calling stuff out here, because it needs to be done live, gold analysis. And gold, I really don't look at long term. Short term plays are the way to go for gold, because you get 200-300 pips easy on a day if you're trading a good strategy on gold. So you need to back test gold, practice it, and then it would probably start rewarding you. But whereas when we look at GA could possibly be coming up past some of these resistances. The monthly candle still hasn't closed. We have another week in the monthly candle. So when we look at it, we've come up to this weekly zone. We came up to the weekly zone. We're coming up to a daily resistance as seen over here. Honestly, if I get some clean sells, I don't mind taking clean sells back down. So let's go real far down. Let's just get real. On Monday, it's a possibility. Right over here. I would say, yeah, back down to here.
Hey, 1 second. There's some disturbance on the gaming server.
What?
On our other server, there's some disturbance. Some guy. Okay, we will concentrate on this first.
Yeah. Alright, so we have this support that we're coming down to. It would be interesting to see what we do at this support. And right over here, we have various levels. So again, if we break and close below this level, I always say candle closures, we could retest this, do a tiny retest of this level, and then come back down. So that's what you want to see. You want to see where you can get this move, because right over here you have the clean candles to do so, right? So that's what you want to get into. And if you're looking for further sells, you want to look below this point, right? You want to see it make a support over here, right over here, and then you're hopefully being able to capture these clean pips right over here. And so yeah, if we start breaking these highs, we may get some really good buys, but right now I think you all should focus on GJ sells, since 1 hour is creating a bearish pattern, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. So we look like we're coming back down, especially 4 hours, so it's pretty bearish, you know. So we could consider it rejecting this region, but we always want to keep our options open, okay? But we're gonna look and consider this as a rejection right now. And if we break below these levels, we want to catch these beautiful sells. Honestly, I feel like we're just gonna tumble if we take these sells all the way down here. So that's what we want to look out for, you know. But you want to be cautious of areas like these, you know, which you could reject off without coming to your complete take profit. But yeah, so GA, I would say concentrate on sells. If we come back up, you still don't want to take buys. You want to see whether it rejects the zone like it did before. If it breaks this level, then I would consider buys, because this is the resistance. If we break it, we start creating higher highs, right? We start creating higher highs going up. So that's what you want to see on GA, you know. You want to see that top completely broken, or you don't want to take that trade, you know. So make sure your levels and all are marked before market open. And also trading, I think, you know, this week, let's see what Monday gives us. If Monday gives us a good move, that would be really nice, you know. Anyway, so coming to EN, we've been in a nice minor bull run where we've tapped this level 2 times already. So okay, so EN on the weekly is completely bearish. As seen, we are creating a support down here. Daily time frame, we're creating a support down here. At 166,800, you could say. So you could say this level is where we rejected off, went up, created a minor resistance, but also don't forget we have a resistance right above that. Okay, that's a resistance slash support. So alright, so when looking at it on the daily, it looks pretty decent. Of course, we are definitely coming down, so we want to see what we do in this area, because we could have just come down for this break in retest, you know, another retest of this zone. You see this resistance, we rejected it once. So what we could possibly do is just go straight back up. So we could go right back up straight over there, and if we break that zone again, we have clean traffic moving up to the top. So you could probably take that up right over there. You see what we're looking for? Plain and simple. The first buys up to here would be really good if you're taking it. But yeah, you always want to concentrate on what has happened in the past, right? But you want to concentrate on capturing these pips. So if I look at it on the 1 hour, Yeah, so if Awana creates a resistance over here and then breaks that resistance, I would comfortably take it back up there. Right? This is basically, honestly, this feels like a price action class, because I'm just trying to tell you where there are possibilities, where you can take trades, etc. So if we are to break this region, a clean candle closing like this, and the next candle coming, making its low wick, and then starting to break its high, we could expect that candle to continue moving up. So that's all. Candles are basically looking for space to breathe and continue pushing. So that's what we're looking at EN, and if we start breaking down, we'd only want to take sells below certain levels. Yeah, I think sells would actually be pretty comfortable below this level, because then we're breaking bullish market structure in order to continue back down. So that would be interesting. So in order to break the bullish market structure, this trend line had to be disrespected, and this resistance has to be respected at what, 470. That's the only way we're gonna get clean and good sells back down. So yeah, hope you all have safe trading, and remember, we trade over here every single day. It's Indian Standard Time, around 4:30 a.m. is where we start, and we trade the Asian session. We do call out trades. There's a lot of education and value we provide. Of course, today the energy is a little low because we're tired and it's the end of the week, and so we're gonna get ready to pull off some crazy trades this week. Last week I think we caught around 80 pips on stream. So that was awesome. We called out GU buys on a Monday and gold buys, that was around 60 pips up. We also called out GJ buys the next day on Wednesday, which we closed in 4 pips profit. So that was around 64 pips in total, and on Wednesday. And on Friday I called out GJ buys that ran 20 pips. But of course, like, it was a risk management day, and had we taken all those trades on GU also, I think we closed around 7 pips on GU. So that again brings us up to around 72 to 75 pips for the week. GJ, we closed at 3 or 4 pips, just because it wasn't moving the way we normally like it to move, right? So when market starts losing volume, we start managing our risk, and so that brings us to 80 pips for the week. And it was good. Some days are amazing, some days are just so low in terms of volatility, where you have to look for the right trades, and sometimes we don't find it in our session, so it's completely all right. So keep these things in mind. Remember, I always put that we have to look for candle closures above key levels, key zones, especially when you're looking at like 4 hours, 1 hour. So see, if it closes above this level this way, look at what the next candle was so clean, right back up to 20 pips. So you can see what I'm talking about. You want to see candle closures in order to take those risky trades, and you get good stop losses and stuff. So like, if I was in this trade, we would have probably taken it on candle flip and put stop below the candle. So that would have been around 10 pip stop for a 20 pip gain. So yeah, so there you go, 21 pip gain. So that's what we look for. We look for good candle closures. Sometimes we do look for impulse entries, especially when the market is volatile, because we don't want to miss out on it, right? Of course, impulse entries do take time to learn, but it's all about your progress with the market. And honestly, everyone's capable of anything. It depends on how much hard work you put into it. So GG's, make sure you look at the news. I personally don't like trading the news, so hence I don't look at it that much. But for your sake, we shall look at it. What is the important news? We have some JPY, we have some China news. Early morning we have some JPY news, so that's good. Hopefully that brings some volume into the market. Odd news, Australian GBP news on Tuesday, GBP news on Wednesday. Okay, this week is gonna be a fun week. Unemployment claims, USD unemployment claims. Okay, so this week is gonna be a very interesting week. Let's see how it goes. Make sure you keep your risk real low when you're trading during news hours. I would suggest don't keep any trades open during news hours because it's just lethal. News doesn't care for your bank account or your risk management. So yeah, so you saw my breakdown. So this is what I would be expecting from each of these. And so yeah, let's make some pips together on Monday. See you guys at the Asian session. Don't forget to like and share this video. That would be awesome. But till tomorrow morning, see y'all and don't stop grinding.